Recording. So, welcome everyone to this first call around languages in English. Yay! So there are so many countries here. I'm so really, wow, it's exciting. Oh, Guadeloupe! How exotic is that for us? It's raining here. It's horrible. So, I know there is at least one person online now that is not familiar with, oh, my cat is, let me put my cat outside, otherwise it's going to go make me crazy. Yes? Yes, you go out. You like the rain too. Ha ha ha. Okay, no cat to drive me crazy anymore. So we're saying, I know there's at least one person, and I'm so glad to know you're on, Monique, who are not familiar with the Access tools. But what about the other ones? Are there more people who don't know Access Consciousness? Yes. Okay, great.
Knowing it and practicing.
Sorry? Knowing and practicing. Great.
Exactly.
Great. So for those, maybe not a lot of people, but for those who don't know the Access Consciousness tools, Access Consciousness was founded more than 25 years ago now by someone extraordinary called Gary Douglas, and co-founded with the even as extraordinary Dr. Dane here. And the aim of Access Consciousness is to give people the tools, simple tools that will help you have more consciousness, have more clarity. Hi, Tuba. Long time no see. And to give you more freedom in every area of your life. So what you are going to hear tonight is mainly the verbal processing. So it's asking questions to make the energies that are locked up anywhere in your life to come up, and then we clear them with a very weird sentence that is right, wrong, good and bad, put and pop, all nine, shorts, boys and beyonds. And if you would like to know more about this sentence after the call, then you can go on the website. Oh, we've got people running bars. Wow, awesome. Yeah, so if you want to know more about Access, so about the clearing statement, you can type www.theclearingstatement.com. And if you want to know more about the bars, just click Access Bars and you will know everything about it. There are loads of videos and they're free and they're subtitled in so many languages. So I would like to start with what we were here for. So my name is Katyusha Zakharovich, and I was born in a family where we spoke 3 languages, Russian, English, and French. Then I learned Dutch, I learned German, a little bit of Spanish, no Turkish yet, but soon, too bad, because I'm going to Istanbul soon. Yay! So, and I'm a translator for now, I don't know how many years, 25 years. I've been teaching languages at schools, in companies, whatever. And one thing I noticed is that it's never really the language that is a problem, because people think they have a problem learning languages, that they are not good at languages. But actually, when you ask them questions, you realize it has nothing to do with the capacity of speaking or understanding or using a language. It is actually all sorts of crap around it, from the family, from the school, from other lifetimes, from myths, from history, whatever. So what I'm going to do tonight is to start using those tools with you. So if you have questions, if you have I don't know, if you want to share what happens with you, what you would like to improve with languages. I know some of our Access translators have registered as well, so you please welcome anything. I like to interact. So I would like to start with is everybody fine? Yeah, am I not too quick with my English? Because not everyone is an English speaker. Okay, yay. So I would like to start with a story, and it's going to be a story from the Bible. So have you heard the myth of the Tower of Babel? Do you know about? Maybe you've heard the word. And what's so funny about it is maybe a lot of people don't know about this story, and yet it impacts us. So what does that story say? It's in the Genesis book. Let me take my text, because I haven't learned that by heart. Okay, that's not the right text. This is the right text. So it's from Genesis. So after the big flood, the descendants of Noah were traveling together, and they were all speaking the same language. And they came to a place they wanted to build a city, and they decided to build a tower that is as high as the sky to show their greatness. But the Bible says that God was angry at them because they wanted to show off their grandeur. And so to punish them, he separated them by creating the languages, because before that they were all speaking the same languages. So the Bible says, now, story time. It's not bedtime yet, but it's story time. So now the whole world has had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used bricks instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, "If, as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because Babel means confusion. Because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. And everything that brings up for everyone, will you please now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good and bad, plum, purple, nine shoes, boys and beyonds. So how many of you did build the Tower of Babel? Wow. Wow. Okay, everything that is, will you please now destroy it and create it all? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yay! Oh my God, now, wow, goosebumps. Yes, because what is it saying? It's saying that the whole world had one language and a common speech, and that language is energy. And so somewhere along the road, there was a separation, the lie of separation created by languages. So everywhere you've bought the lie of separation through languages, will you now please destroy it and create it? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh my God. Oh, and Minda, you must be involved somewhere. Tell me more. You're laughing so much. So is anything you want? This was something, yeah, it was. Guilty as charged. Okay, so how many, okay, there's something for those who are not so familiar with Access yet. There is something we call the distractor implants. And those distractor implants are all sorts of things like guilt, as you speak, as anger, as doubt, as fear, as fury, rage, anger, hate, whatever, so many things. And they've been implanted in us to cut us from consciousness, from awareness, to cut us from who we truly are. And actually, this Babel story is so interesting because it says literally, the Lord, whoever that is, came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. And the Lord said, if as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Wow. So everything that particular sentence brings up, will you now please destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And so how many distractor implants are you using to create all the separation and the difficulty understanding each other and creating separation on the earth? And everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow, you keep losing your words. So what if, would you be willing to recognize that energy is your true and one language, and that through language you have access to any language you would like to speak or understand? Everything that brings up for everyone, will you please destroy and create? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I don't know why, I'm sorry, because on the recording it's going to be a bit weird if there's a black screen showing up. So let me just check something. Ify, do you know again where we can choose to have the person who's speaking showing on the screen? Oh yeah,
Speaker view?
Yeah, but speaker view was somebody else. I don't know, it was Nora, but no harm done, Nora. It's perfectly fine, nothing to do with you. It's just technology. Now I see you, Evie. Okay. Anyway, language is a construction as another one too. Yes, Krima, thank you. So it's an invention. It's a lie that locks us up in incommunicado between people, between peoples. So what else is coming up for you? And that is why I can't many times find words to translate the energy, but this world functions from words. Yes. And many times I hear in previous calls I've done with French speakers, they say, but sorry, I lost my train of thoughts. Yes, so, okay, in this reality, we are using words and we give a lot of significance to those words. And words are actually merely an energy. And so you can get that energy and translate not from one language to another, but getting that energy from the word, that vibration, and just match it with the word in the other language that matches that energy. And so I know Tuba is there, but there are probably, I think, other translators as well, live translators and others, where you probably have experienced that you are no longer thinking English into your own language or your own language into English, but just energy to energy. Yeah. So everything that doesn't allow that for everyone, will you now please Destroy and Uncreate, Right, Wrong, Good and Bad, Put and Pop, All Nine Shorts, Boys and Beyonds. And so many times, if you're really very aware and you raise your consciousness and you get more and more into recognizing your energy and your energetic way of being and a way of functioning, then some people often say they lose words. But can you actually lose words? Wow, okay, Edminda.
Yeah.
Tell us.
What I get is that I'm in the middle of a sentence and I cannot come up with a word. It's in my head, but it doesn't come out, like it's blocked.
Okay, because you are going to look into your head for the words?
It's like, I don't know, it's like in the middle in a sentence just before I like to make my point.
Okay, so wouldn't that be because from the energy, all of a sudden you want to be so precise and so perfect that you go into your head instead of your knowing? Everything that is, will you now please destroy and create is all right,
Yes.
wrong, good and bad, put and fuck, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So that's what I was, it's funny, that's what I was going to say actually just before, and I haven't said yet, is that we sometimes have this tendency to despise the words because they are of this reality. So everywhere you separate yourself from this reality, everywhere you judge this reality, and therefore no longer can use the words efficiently, can you destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So don't go to your head. Trust your knowing, trust yourself, you know. And it doesn't need to be perfect because it's better to give the energy with the wrong words than give the wrong energy with the right words. And right and wrong. And everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, put a poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. By that I don't mean that they are wrong or right energies or right or wrong words, but that what you are really communicating is your energy. Your word is just a mean in this reality that we are using. And so how can you use the means of this reality to your advantage? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you now please destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
I was in the past, or actually when I was young, a lot of times they communicated A, but the energy was B, and they didn't match, and I got confused. And when I confronted them, they said I was the crazy one. I just said that. Why don't you believe me? But
So,
yeah.
did you go into the wrongness of you because they told you that? Okay, so everywhere you go into the wrongness of you instead of the strongness of you, will you please destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and fuck, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
No.
You have what?
A no.
A no?
No.
A no to this question?
Yes.
You don't want to destroy and uncreate it. Is
Yes.
that what you're saying? Okay,
Yes.
that's fine.
I like to do when I think there's something. Lost my word again. This is what I mean. Something that's holding me back or not allowing me to.
Okay, who does that belong to?
Sorry?
Who does that belong to?
My
Who
mom.
does that belong to? Okay, not you. Okay, put a book that.
No, thank you.
Would you hold you back for what reason? For what good reason?
that they like me.
Oh, interesting. Would you like to destroy and create on that? Right, wrong, good, bad, but un po' online, choose boys and beyond. And that thing that you said is holding you back and you recognize it's not yours, will you send it back to sender? Return it to sender with consciousness attached. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there something else?
Not yet.
Okay, good. Thank you, Edminda. So Nora is saying, it is actually interesting if you talk to animals and give the order in different languages, they will still do the same thing. They follow the universal energy. Yeah, and there's, thank you, and there's this, I don't know if you know the cartoons Far Side Gallery. Do you know? Do anyone? Yeah, Far Side Gallery. It's an American cartoonist, and there's this cartoon when you see a dog and his master, and the master is saying, "Oh, you being a good dog, whatever name that is," and you see the text for the dog says, "Blah blah blah." I don't know what's the dog name in English again.
Fire.
Which one?
My dog names is Fire.
Fire. Okay, so Fire hears you and what he hears is blah 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 fire, blah 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 fire, and blah 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 fire, and he's so happy. And maybe you are shouting at it, and it's still, you know, it's a happy dog. So, what else is there? Evie, you said a little bit earlier, I wonder how often this reality uses words
I can
to yes. Elena? You want to ask something? Yes.
When I was a little girl, I have a French hour in the school.
Okay.
And I read something in French.
Yeah.
I don't read very correctly.
Uh-huh.
And my colleague laughed at me.
Okay.
And at that moment, I stopped all the communication in French and other languages.
Okay, so you made somebody else's point of view about your language and your capacities more powerful than you. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so everywhere you make everybody else greater than you, can you please destroy and uncreate?
Yes.
Yes. Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. How do you feel now? Is it lighter, heavier?
I'm happy.
Oh, you're happy. That's light. That's light. So I haven't told that yet, but for those, and I think you said you didn't know. So what's light is true for you, and what is heavy is a lie for you.
It's light for me.
Okay, it's light. So yeah, you said I'm happy. So that's great. Okay. So anytime that happens again, when you're in a situation where you need to talk another language or you have judgments of yourself about these languages, remind yourself that you don't give power to anyone or anything else than you. And everything that brings up, please destroy and create. Right, wrong, good, bad, put and pop, online, shows, boys and beyonds. Yeah. Yay! So what else is possible now? Yeah. Oh, thank you for your big, big smile and that happy face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Not for me.
Okay, good. Thank you. Any other questions? So if there are no questions yet, I would like to read a little bit from what Gary Douglas says about languages and vibrations. Let me just find my text. So, okay. And that actually is totally related to the story from the Bible. So he says, people created language in order to make sure they could control everybody. And that is exactly what is said in that Babel story. That if all the people had the same common language, or were, again, aware that they only had one common language, that is energy, nothing would be impossible to them. That's what is written in that Bible. So it's a way of control. Separation is a way of control. There is even a saying, I'm not sure if it's a saying in English, but at least it's a saying we say in French, and it might come from Latin if I remember well. Diviser pour régner, divide to reign. Okay. If you can't understand a language, are you more controlled by your lack of understanding? So what jails? So jails are judgments, agendas, inventions, and lies. And it's an acronym that says jail, so it's in a prison. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of evil as mediocrity times corruption squared, which we abbreviate by E is equal as MC squared, as the perfection of unawareness of language and the elimination of transliteration as a capacity and ability in life and living. In everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and procol, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So all languages are translatable because the vibration of that in every language is the same. So ultimately, who you are and what you are is a vibration, not a name, not a thing, not a point of view. And all words create. So everything that brings up for everyone, will you now please destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good and bad, put on procol, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, Petra, most of the time I know exactly what energy there is and can transform and communicate by my hands and energy, but there are no coming words out of my mouth, especially in English and also in Dutch. How can I go through that? It is limiting so much. Is that a question, Petra? Can you unmute yourself?
Ja.
Okay. So is that a question?
Kan ik in het Nederlands antwoorden?
Ja, even.
Nee, het is geen vraag. Nou, het is meer gewoon.
Ivy, can you translate her afterwards? Your mic is muted. So Petra, ja, je mag het Nederlands zeggen. So my question was, everything you've told me in that chat, is that a question? Is it actually a question?
No, it's not a question, but I'm searching for the question.
Oh, good. So what would that question be?
Wat kan ervoor zorgen dat ik die stop niet creëer?
What would it take to? What soort? Kan je dat herhalen?
Nee.
So what energy, space, and consciousness can you be to express yourself with total ease for all eternity, and everything that doesn't allow that times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Ja.
Right, wrong, good and bad, plan, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere you've judged your what you are saying about this with words and energy as wrongness instead of a capacity. Will you now please discern and create?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine shows, boys and beyond. So if you stop judging yourself, so what you do when you judge yourself or judge something that is showing up in your life, like Edminda said as well, that you stop in the middle of a sentence or that you get the energy but you can't find the words. When you stop making that a problem, what else is possible? So every time we conclude that it's not good, that it's a wrongness, that I can't do that, and I'm not able to this, and I'm not able to that, we stop the energy.
Yeah.
So the question is always, it's always the same, it's the question. So, and if you don't know the question, you can ask, what question can I ask? Okay, and always, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to communicate with totalities, express myself for totalities, for total eternity, for all eternity, and everything that doesn't allow that, once again, will you now destroy and create? Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine shows, boys and beyonds. Yeah.
Thanks.
How is it? Is it better?
Yes.
Okay, good, lighter.
It was the question that you told.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. So can you talk about muscle building that we talk a lot about in Access Language Acquisition? I'm not sure what you're saying now, but what I get when you say that is that when we do a lot of access, we tend to say clearings all the time and that we expect kind of things will happen just like this because we've cleared everything. And I see faces going. So when that happens, is a language in this reality is something of this reality. It's something you might need to study still. Or train yourself. When Gary tells us, okay, look what is so fun for you to do and how you can make money with that, and for him it's antiques, he always says, go and educate yourself about antiques. If you like jewels, educate yourself about jewels. If you like trading, get yourself educated on money markets, etc. But it's the same with languages. The thing is, in this reality, we have a model for learning languages. And everywhere you bought the lie that you needed to learn a language, will you now please destroy and create? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine shows, boys and beyonds. It's actually a knowing that is there somewhere. Okay, so, but still, if I would like to learn or speak, rather speak Japanese with ease, I still would need to learn some stuff and read some book. And the thing is, in this reality, we have a model that is approximately the same in the whole world, in all the schools, in all the colleges and universities. We approximately all learn languages the same way. Does it work? No. So what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about learning according to the standards of this reality? And everything that is, times a gazillion, will you destroy and create? Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine shows, boys and beyonds. So how can you use the Access tools to improve a language, whatever language you would like to know better? It's to ask the question, okay, who can I add to my life to know this language better? Maybe it's going to be a lover who speaks that language. That's the best ever way to learn a language. But maybe not for everyone. So what book do I need to buy? What do I need a teacher? Do I need someone online? Do I need a self-learning method? There's so many different methods. And we are all different and we are all unique. So ask for the method that is going to be the most relevant for you. Yeah, and about learning language also, if you are really into a language, it's also get in touch more with the vibrations of the language. Get in touch with, I don't know, cinema, TV series, books, whatever. Indulge yourself in the language. And I remember in one of the programs we did with the French people, when French speakers, because they were not only French, but also Swiss Belgians. I had given this little home play, and actually you can go with that one too tonight, is that for a week you decide, okay, this week I'm going to immerse myself in this language. And when I gave that home play to the group then, I had chosen Mandarin Chinese for whatever reason. And so the first day I was really disciplined, and I watched a small video teaching, you know, simple phrases like how are you, my name is, and whatever. And I watched it, but without any expectation, without trying anything, without trying to cognitize things, without trying to understand, without trying to remember, because that is asking and that is requiring so many efforts and endeavors, and it's not working. And really, so I was listening to the video really like, okay, receiving the energy of the language. And the next day I had to go to a client, and I was working whole day and the whole evening. And so the day after that I was, you know, guilty. Oh my God, I didn't do my own home play. I'm giving home play to people in the group and I'm not doing it myself. So I was in the car driving and said, okay, what do you still know about this video? And I started saying the phrases that I had heard, but it was like I had, as I say, it's like I had a little Chinese in my mouth speaking for me, because it sounded so real, so Chinese. So, and it was wow, because it was really, I didn't try anything. I didn't put any effort in that. I just immersed myself and received the vibration of that language. So what possibilities is that opening for every one of us if you try now, not if you try, if now when you are learning a language or studying a language, if you could be barriers down, just ask for all your barriers to be lowered and just receive the energy of the language and then watch the miracles happening. Everything that is and everything that doesn't allow that, for every one of you and everyone that is not online now but is listening later, will you please destroy and create? Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all angels, boys and beyonds. Thank you, Nora. She's already left probably by now, but I hadn't seen her message. So now, does that answer a little bit your question?
Oh, yes, very much. Thank you. Because like,
yes, you're so welcome.
I used to be a teacher as well.
Okay.
So now I'm a translator. And
Yeah.
so what I'm actually doing this program for Japanese people who want to learn English using
Wow.
Access
Oh,
and
that's great.
my experience. So, you know, just like what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I just realized, like, you know, when you were talking just now, what I realized is that because I had successful experience in the past as a teacher, you know, I know some methods that really works for people. So I was trying to, you know, deliver the gift of this tool, gift of this method to them. I was trying so hard, but many of them were like, they were motivated in the beginning, but in the middle, in the end, they got tired. So I was kind of struggling how I can integrate my teaching experience and access tools. But what you just talked really helped me. So.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. You're so welcome. And also when you teach is always asking what can they receive now in these 10 seconds. Because in this reality, when you teach, or even when you are a trainer, I've been a trainer in businesses as well, for languages, but for other things as well, is that it's so formatted, and you have objectives, and you need results, and you have to measure everything, and most of the time people are not motivated, and which is also the case at school. So what contribution can you be in these 10 seconds? Because, and dare being yourself, being you, and go out of all those models and out of the box of what teaching is in this reality. Because I remember when I was teaching in schools, and I've taught in all levels, you know, small kids and teenagers and everything in between, and going from one school to another. And I had to prepare, I don't know, it might be different in different countries, but I had to prepare every lesson in advance in so many details, saying, what competencies are you going to work on? What do they need to achieve after this lesson? What means do you have in place for this lesson? And then 1 minute introducing a tool, 5 minutes playing this game, and then so many minutes doing this and so many minutes doing that. And then you are tired because you've worked 3 fucking hours to prepare a lesson that you are not going to follow. Because when you are in the class, it never works that way, especially for you know, weirdos like us. So, so in the class, be you and just ask questions. What contribution can you be to your participants, to your pupils, whatever? What tools can they receive now in these 10 seconds? And put and poke everything that, you know, where every time you want to go back into your head and into the models, and see what happens.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to see you again.
Yes, yes.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I have this thing, and it really it comes with anger and frustration. So I wonder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
So I gave like a few weeks ago. I gave like a workshop that was completely new. And I totally got that. I gave them like too much, and they made me wrong. And there's like still something, like I know that if you have the awareness, you get free of it. But there's like still something that like. The energy is not there, so I wonder what's right about that.
So did you buy their judgments?
I did.
Okay.
And,
so, yeah?
And then I acknowledged it. And then I went into like, I don't want to do it anymore. And I actually went into judgment of like, yeah, they don't want to receive what I have to say, and I don't want to do it anymore. And it's like it's something with that, like
are you willing to no longer give up on yourself?
I gotta know.
So what would it take for you to be willing to not give up on yourself anymore? And everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and create it all?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all 9 shows, boys and beyonds. How much are you trying not to be the greatness of you when you do that?
Yeah.
Everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and create it?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all 9 shows, boys and beyonds. So would you willing not to give up on you anymore now?
There's more space.
Okay, so what is left there? What is it?
Yeah, what is that?
Who are you being?
I get my mom.
Okay. What about your mom?
Oh, I don't know what it comes up as, like my mom was a bitch.
Is that a new awareness? Is that a new awareness?
I must say I don't understand your question, but it feels light.
Okay, good. So, did she make you always smaller than she was to make sure you wouldn't outcreate her?
Yes, and something else. It's like yes, and there's like something there.
Okay, what is that
My
something?
belly?
Who does that belong to?
It's someone else's.
Okay, someone else's. So return to sender with consciousness attached.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, go back to that situation. How is it now with that workshop? What energy is that? So are you angry at yourself?
Yes.
Okay, so everything that is times a gazillion will destroy and create it all. So how many expectations, projections, separation, judgments? What am I missing? Projections, expectations, separate judgments. I forgot the last one. Do you have a view that you can never match, so that you can never be who you truly are, and everything that is times a gazillion will you destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, put on all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. How is it now?
Yeah, lighter.
Great. Is there something else?
Is there something else?
Okay, what is it? How old are you being?
14.
13? What happened at 13?
It's like, so like my mom comes up and my mom threw her off the rooftop. My mom was putting her like drunk in the gutter and she fell off the rooftop.
Oh, literally?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was crazy. What comes up is like she was literally trying to control us and control the world and control her, and
you didn't like that.
She threw her off the rooftop to prove that, like playing the victim.
Okay, like, can you recognize that is abuse?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, totally.
So how much did you pick up of that?
Yeah, all of it.
Okay, so will you now please
energetically?
Yeah, can you now please destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
All right, wrong, good and bad, put on all 9 shows, boys and beyonds. How is it now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Way lighter.
Okay, good.
So is it like possible that I bought something about her there?
What do you know? So how many gels are you using to create the dominance of E is MC squared with a comfortable distance between you and your mother, and you are you choosing?
Yeah.
Everything that is times a gazillion is destroyed and created.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pop all 9 shows, boys and beyonds. Okay. You can run that one.
Yeah. Thank you.
So for those who are rather new to Access, you always get a replay of those calls, paid or unpaid, whatever, because then you can still listen to it again. And whenever there is a clearing that really resonates for you, you can use it, record yourself, speaking to yourself, and run it in a loop so that you get more change. Okay.
I can, there's something?
Yes, who's talking?
Elena.
Elena, yes, tell me. I was looking for you in the screen.
I was in Italy last month with my son and a friend of mine. And when I turned in Romania, the friend asked me something like that. Why you can talk in Italy? You don't know. You talk very good in English, but you don't know. Why I don't know to talk to the English? Because I want to talk and I don't know. I can't. And I told him, not my problem.
Are you talking about yourself now? I didn't get that. So
No,
you are speaking Italian and English easily when you go abroad, and you were talking.
Yes, when I don't know Italy.
Okay.
But when I was in Italy, I speak very okay.
Okay. So in how many lifetimes were you Italian, and were you speaking fluently Italian fluently? Everything that is types a Italian. Yeah, that's true. Apparently. So, and when somebody says, okay, I don't, there's something blocking there, it's always asking the questions. I see it's nearly time already. So it's always this thing, what question can I ask here? So I'm blocked with a language, what is this? And the basic, that's another tool of Access, the 4 basic questions. What is this? What do I do with this? Can I change it? And if yes, how can I change it? And the thing is never to look for the answer. Never look for the answer. Just ask the question, it opens the doors, and you will get the information. Maybe directly, maybe in 3 weeks, maybe in 3 months, whatever. You never know how it's going to show up. Just ask the question and see what happens.
She judged me because I talk in Italy in English.
Did she judge you, or was she envious?
Envious.
Yes, she wants to have what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you have to learn to ask the right question. I don't know what's your first name. It says Derecida. It's not about learning to ask the right question or not the right question. Is just ask a question, whatever question that is. Just make sure it is really a question, because very often we take a conclusion, we put a question mark at the end, and we think we ask a question. So everybody knows how to ask questions. And there is no right or wrong question. There's just a question that will raise some awarenesses, and if you don't have any awarenesses, maybe it's another question, and it's okay. So there's just no right, no wrong. Just keep asking questions, and then at one moment you will know, because it's going to be, oh my God, it's that. Or it's, aha. You know, those famous aha moments. So does that help you? Mr. or Mrs. Derecida? Rejection, thank you, Edminda. I'm late. Okay. Okay, is there anything else? We have 5 minutes where we can play still more. Are you giving more of these Zooms? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Petra. So Indeed. So in January, so what I've been doing so far, and it seems to be working really well, is that I propose 4 weeks in a row. So with a call per week, like this call, but only 4 in a row. 4 weeks in a row, with a private Facebook group where we can share, the experiences or the questions or ask something, and it's private and it's between the people who are in the group. And then you get the clearings on PDF and audio to play as much as you like. And there's a group starting in January on the 9th, I think, Evie?
Yes.
Yes, it's on Tuesday, and there's always replays, of course, as well. So if there is 1 week you can't make it, you can still have the replay. So that is going to be in English, and there's a group starting on the same days but another time in French. So for the French who would like to join, you're welcome to a French group as well, French-speaking group as well.
I can ask something?
Yes,
Helena.
sure. Yes.
Again.
Yes, Helena.
What contribution can be to my son to learn with easy any languages?
Just tell him about those tools and introduce them so that he can ask the questions for himself. So what book should I read? How should I go about with this? Universe, show me, how can I improve this language?
Okay, thank you.
Because you will not change him, you will just empower him to change. So
Yes.
give him the tools. Give him the tools. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, no, he's gone already. We'll catch up, indeed. So, any more questions? And Petra, does it answer what you want? Okay, good. Yay! So, anything else? And needless to say that these calls are very serious, that it's boring, that we never laugh, that we never have fun. So don't come, because we are having too much fun. Aren't we, Evie?
I must say, I'm fried. I've been yawning since the beginning of the call, and I think having my bars run and because I really demanded a new level on communication, like energetically,
yeah,
and I'm like something clear, massive. So I really wonder what will show up.
Yeah, I wonder what else is possible now. Yeah, and really, really thank you all for joining, because it's so much fun, and really it's amazing. And so you will get the replay of this. We will send you an email with the link to the replay. I'm not sure. I was planning to publish it online, but I'm not sure about this because we've gone to some places, so maybe I'll keep it private, or just to the people who registered, who asked for it, but not go wild in the world. So yeah, and if you would like to share this with somebody else, you're welcome to introduce them to this. And yeah, look forward to meet you anytime, as Dame says, online or anywhere in the world. So, woohoo! So go speak any language you want, ask questions, and create as much as you want with languages and for translators as well. And I'm still available for any questions, or you know where to find me.
You can all unmute yourself.
Yes.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. So welcome.
Dankjewel.
Yes, thank
Graag
you.
gedaan. And it's so amazing that there are people for so many different countries. Really, it's fun.
In Paris.
So have fun, have too much fun, and see you soon. And I will stop the recording now.